This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. NCN Sports is presented by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. And by Teammates Mentoring. Join the team, be a mentor.
It's a Class B battle in the Southeast region on News Channel Nebraska this fine Thursday night. Beatrice and Crete, two rivals from this end of the state. Andy Klassen, Jake Bartecki here at Crete High School. Andy, this place is known for being loud. The band always gets it rocking. This is going to be a good atmosphere tonight.
It really is, and you hit the nail on the head. It's a rivalry. These two teams know each other well. They don't necessarily like each other, though.
2-0 on the season are the Lady Orange. Crete comes into this one with a record of 1-1. Britt Ehlers talked about last season being 12-12, going to a district final. That's a big step in the right direction. One of his most enjoyable years coaching. Why was that such a big year for them?
Well, they got to taste winning there, winning half their games, having that 500 type of season. That set the stage for having a really nice season this year. Senior-led, senior-heavy team, and right here at the start, looking for that next win, sitting at 1-1 right now.
And Beatrice was 13-10 a year ago, lost in the district final to Scott Catholic. It was a rare missed-state tournament for Jalen Weeks and company. Let's take a look at our couple of key players tonight. First for the Lady Orange, Kylie Hackliff, a last name that needs no introduction in Crete. Of course, her older sisters, Addie and Mac. Known for doing good things for the Doane Tigers, she's back from a knee injury this year.
Well, and Hackliff isn't even a senior yet, but has a lot of minutes, varsity minutes under her belt. Phenomenal shooter like they are from the perimeter. She's also a defensive specialist. If they go to zone, she'll be at the point. Go to man-to-man, look at her to be on the guard.
Camry Drager is probably the best player on the floor at most positions for the Cardinals this season. She can score it from outside. She can drive to the basket. They're going to look to her a lot tonight.
You said it right there. A versatile scorer on the offensive side. When Crete, they have their problems, it starts on the offensive end. They need to generate points, generate positive possessions on offense. It starts and ends with Camry.
The Beatrice Lady Orange are 6-0 against the Cardinals since the year of 2021. It's a rematch of the 2020 state championship, and it's coming up on NCN.
It all starts at Big Red Motorsports in O'Neill, a side-by-side built to work with you on the farm or the ranch. A trusted partner when you're out hunting. And the adventurous speed to feel the thrill when it's time to play. Work hard, ride hard, play hard. Big Red Motorsports in O'Neill, powering your passion every step of the way.
Whether we're talking commercial or residential plumbing, Lamel Plumbing is the place you call. Lamel provides 24-hour emergency service as well. Call them if you get in a tight spot. And as for their retail items, well, you got to check out some of their faucets, some of their kitchen items, and some of their bathroom items like their Onyx showers. And hey, say you got a digging job, you call Lamel Plumbing for that too. They've added a full-time crew for you, doing backhoe, trenching, and sewer work. Take that digging job off your list and have Lamel do it for you. That's Lamel Plumbing in Beatrice, now at their new location on North 7th Street in Beatrice.
At Nebraska Orthopedic Center, they provide comprehensive orthopedic health care. Their physicians are highly skilled in all areas of orthopedic and sports medicine, including spine surgery, foot and ankle, hand and upper extremities, fracture care, and total joint replacement. Their expertise includes the medical management of injuries through physical and rehabilitative methods or surgical intervention. To schedule an appointment or to learn more about Nebraska Orthopedic Center and their family of 25 physicians, go online to nebraskaortho.com. That's nebraskaortho.com. Nebraska Orthopedic Center is your healing destination.
Pre-game show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at customsportsco.com. This broadcast is brought to you by Beatrice Public Schools, Pinnacle Bank, with locations in Beatrice and Crete, member FDIC, and by Precision Dental in Crete.
A truck that's built to handle the toughest tasks. The GMC Sierra 2500 from Woodhouse Buick GMC. With available turbo diesel power, a reinforced frame, and advanced trailering tech, it's heavy-duty capability without compromise. Take advantage of exclusive offers happening now. Visit us in-store or shop online today. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
Crete Cardinals home here in Welcome back to Crete, getting ready to go on News Channel Nebraska. There's a look at the Cardinals getting their lines all in before we get underway here in Saline County. And it's time now for our school spotlight, brought to you in part by Currency. The Cardinals are the mascot of Crete. They are in the Central Conference. 549 is the enrollment, and they are in NSAA District number 1. Beatrice comes to us from Gage County. They are the Lady Orange. They are in NSAA District. There we go. The Lady Orange out of the Trailblazer Conference tournament. Trailblazer Conference. 489 is the enrollment. They are in NSAA District number 1. That's a look at our school spotlight on NCN.
So the tail of the tape, and kind of on paper and everywhere else you kind of look at it, 2 evenly matched teams, 2 rival teams. I think we're in for a good one here tonight.
All right, that's Andy Klassen. My name's Jake Bartecki. Don't go anywhere. Starting lineups and tip-offs still to come here on NCN.
Building more than just structures, we're building trust. RMB Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMB Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
Hey, it's me, one of those students on the waiting list for a teammate's mentor. I've heard teammates is so fun and awesome. You get to talk, laugh, play games, and hang out with a positive, caring adult once a week at school. Teammates help students believe in themselves, and 97% of mentees are proud to be a part of it. I'd love to be one of those mentees, but we need more mentors. So if you got an hour a week to be someone a student like me can count on, go to teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
This broadcast is brought to you by Crete Public Schools and by College Heights Country Club in Crete.
It's not just about the shoe. It's about your fit.
What sets Fleet Feet aside from everything else that we've experienced is my girls being runners. They have very different needs. And so the technology with the scanning and the personal touches is just unmatched. I met Lori almost 16 years ago, and when I saw Lori open this, I knew there was no other place that I wanted to go to have someone help me with my footwear and everything else involved with running. Fleet Feet doesn't just fit your shoes, they fit your life.
Fleet Feet Lincoln. Find your fit today.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry, cause you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
Hi, this is Rick Heyman, president of Starter Heyman Jewelers, welcoming you to Starter.
A truck that's built to handle the toughest tasks. The GMC Sierra 2500 from Woodhouse Buick GMC. With available turbo diesel power, a reinforced frame, and advanced trailering tech, it's heavy-duty capability without compromise. Take advantage of exclusive offers happening now. Visit us in-store or shop online today. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of the pain, not just the symptoms. By Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances. And by Claybaugh Pharmacy, your locally owned hometown pharmacy.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
Women have a 1 in 8 chance for developing breast cancer. Early detection makes a difference. Beatrice Community Hospital's Imaging Center can help with the latest technology, from screening with 3D mammography, breast MRI, breast ultrasound, and breast biopsy. All services conveniently located in the BCH's Imaging Center. Schedule your screening today. Incredible care, incredibly close.
Lady Orange getting ready to go to take on their rivals from Saline County. And Andy, Beatrice, out of the 4 teams we'll see tonight, the 2 for Crete, the 2 for Beatrice, the Lady Orange are the only one that'll come into this one 2-0, 48-20 winners over Ashland Greenwood last time out. Won their season opener by 10 against Nebraska City. One of the big things Jalen Weeks preaches is getting out and running and letting the defense lead to offense. Almost like complimentary football, but in the basketball form.
You know, and we get a look at other head coach there, Britt Ehlers, but with the Weeks where it's Jalen, Jackson, or Jim, it's defense first, and that doesn't change whether it's girls, boys basketball, and the Lady O play a phenomenal brand of on-ball basketball, defensive basketball. I mean, there's so much pressure, whether it's a zone or man-to-man, they really get after you on the defensive end.
Our pregame show has been brought to you in part by Custom Sports. From screen-printed T-shirts to sublimated jerseys, they have what your team needs to look great. Check them out at CustomSportsCO.com. The Cardinals, on the flip side, they dominated Ralston in their season opener. Then they went on the road to Bennington, got beat 85-33. Couple of different ends of the spectrum there. They beat Ralston 60-12. They were on the other end last time out.
Yeah, Bennington's going to cause a lot of problems throughout Class B for a lot of teams moving forward. But the bugaboo was, like we mentioned in the open, scoring buckets, scoring points. Their offense kind of left them at times during that Bennington game, only scoring 33 compared to 85. They got to have a more consistent effort here at home tonight.
We are getting ready to go here from Crete. Take a look now at our starting lineups here momentarily. Again, the Lady Orange, the only team in this one, 2-0. There's a look at the starting lineup. Brooke Gleason, Callie Schwieso, Kylie Hackliff, Sophie Gleason, and Tatum Templemeyer. Andy, we talked about Kylie Hackliff in our pregame. As we look at our Medica starting lineup, I want to talk about Callie Schwieso as well. Kind of the de facto go-to gal. If Kylie Hackliff is getting doubled, you're going to likely see Callie Schwieso get her points. 13 per game so far.
Yeah, and she really is a spark plug. She's a hustler. She's all over the court. There's been a number of times over the years that I've got to interview her for post-player game, player of the game over the years, and now this is going to be her senior campaign.
Taking a look at the Cardinals, coached by Britt Ehlers in his 4th season here at Crete. Camry Drager, Kylie McMillan, Cassidy Egge, Macy Dunaway, and Ariana Husingveld. Same thing. We talked about Drager during our key players segment. Want to flip it over to Kylie McMillan, their leading scorer right now, 13 points per game, shooting at 43% as well.
Yeah, and a lot of those shots are coming down around the block, down around the painted area. You're going to see a difference here in a mindset on the offensive side. Crete's really going to want to work the ball inside, utilize their length, their toughness that they have with Husenfeld, who you saw there, number 32. Excellent rebounding game, really good and crafty around the rim, and that's just playing to their strengths. Britt Ehlers has a lengthy, tall team. You might as well use it.
So it's Drager, McMillan, Egge, Dunaway, Husingveld for the Cardinals. For Beatrice, Brooke Gleason, Callie Schwieso, Kylie Hackliff, Sophie Gleason, and Tatum Templemeyer. Beatrice has won each matchup between these two going back to 2021. Of course, the Cardinals winners in this matchup in the 2020 state championship game. Beatrice in the black and orange, the white and blue and red outline for the Cardinals as we get ready to go. Great to have you with us tonight. live from Saline County. Sophie Gleason takes the opening tip-off against Cassidy Egge, and there is our key player, Kylie Hackliff, to bring it up the floor for the Lady O.
Yeah, Sophie Gleason's going to have to have a big game tonight for Lady O.
We talked about Callie Schwiezo just a minute ago, Andy. She drives right to the rack for two, and the Lady O take an early lead.
No hesitation whatsoever, just attacking from the right side.
Crete with the possession for the first time tonight. 46.5 points per game for both of these two teams this season, and a three from the near side wing way off the mark, out of bounds, and the Cardinals turn it over on their opening possession.
Yeah, I bet head coach Brett Ehlers would have liked to seen a couple more passes on that opening offensive possession there. Work the ball around a little bit.
Crete this season from downtown shooting at 15%. Beatrice at 26.5. You'll see Beatrice put up a lot of threes over the course of this season. 16 three-point attempts against Ashland Greenwood, 29 in their season opener against Nebraska City.
Well, I know there's a difference between practice and game, but I was watching Beatrice during the warm-ups, and they were filling it up from beyond the arc. They were shooting a much higher clip percentage-wise than the one you just mentioned.
Yeah, they will not be afraid to take an open look. Callie Schwiezo with the basketball for Beatrice. She's got the only 2 points in the game, looking for two more. Won't happen here, and Husingveld clears for Crete.
One of Ariana's specialties right there, Miss Husenfeld. Excellent rebounder, a force, down low.
Camry Drager dribbled it off her foot. McMillan was there. Spot up three. This one off the mark out of the hands of Macy Dunaway. And we've got our first foul of the ball game. Coming on the rebound after the missed three-pointer. So that foul is charged to Crete's Kylie McMillan. That is her first. Beatrice leads at 2-0. Little bit of a semi-press here put on by Britt Ehlers in the early going.
Yeah, they just don't want Beatrice to be able to walk the ball up the court. I don't mind that at all.
Brooke Gleason with it. Pass to her cousin Sophie at the right wing. Callie will drive. Couple of softball players out there that if you follow NSA softball, you know some of these names. Brooke Gleason, Callie Schwiezo, Tatum Templemeyer, Cassidy Henricks, Miley Loomis. Just a few of the Lady Orange that were part of a state championship team not long ago.
You forgot the word elite. A couple elite softball players out there.
That's a softball player to a softball player there as Gleason goes to Schwiezo. A lot of contact, and late in the shot clock, Schwiezo chose to drive, and no avail.
Yeah, Schwiezo kind of lowered the shoulder there, was looking for contact. Defense bailed out. Kind of had to hurry up a shot or put up an off-balance shot. Don't mind the no call.
Husingveld chased down her own rebound off the missed three-point attempt. Crete now 0 for 3 from downtown. They've tried a three on each possession they've had to start this ball game.
A nice move there from McMillan, just couldn't finish.
Drager can't connect. And finally, after 3 offensive rebounds on that Crete possession, it's Kylie Hackliff who comes away with it, averaging a double-double right now to start the season. 19 points, 10.5 rebounds per game for the junior. Schwiezo drives in. Got her own rebound, puts it back up and in, and Callie Schwiezo has all 4 points in this one. Chance to make it 5 with the and 1.
And she just missed that layup a moment ago, but she's seeing a clear path to the rim right now. Her dribble drive just cannot be stopped.
So the foul on Husingveld, and that'll send Schwiezo to the free throw line. If you watched Beatrice basketball on NCN last year, you might have noticed, Andy, Callie wore 23 last year, switched to number 4 this year. The number her sister, Riley, wore, who was very successful on both the softball field and the basketball court.
Yeah, there always seems to be a Hackliff, a Schwiezo or two in and out of the lineups for all the great Beatrice teams. Softball, basketball, volleyball, it doesn't matter.
Another missed three-pointer there for the Cardinals. They are 0 of 5 to start this one. That's a second turnover as well. Gleason to Kylie Hackliff in the corner. Hackliff splits the defense and flips back up to Templemeyer. That's too strong off the window. Kylie Hackliff comes back down with it and nearly put it up for her first 2 points of the night. And another empty possession for the Lady Orange. Got to credit the defense of both teams right now, Andy. They're making some tough shots happen.
Yeah, and Beatrice is getting some penetration. They're getting down around the rim, but they're having some trouble trying to get a nice-looking shot up amongst those trees.
Drager drove in, drew some contact, didn't get the call. And nearly halfway through this first quarter, the Cardinals, who average 46 points per game, have yet to score.
Husenfeld ripping down her third board of the game. But there's that offense we were talking about. Crete's looking for offense.
Another three-point miss here.
Oh.
That one off the mark, out of bounds. 3-point miss for the Cardinals by Brinley Zimmerman.
I think we're going to get a foul here. Husenfeld, that's just a hustle play right there. Hustling down that rebound, drawing the contact. That's going to be on number 20, Templemeyer.
Our first quarter tonight is brought to you in part by John Henry's Our Family Serving Yours. We've got a timeout. We'll take one with them. Almost halfway through this opening quarter, 4-0 Lady Orange.
I spend with purpose because I bank with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. With my Liberty Plus checking account, I can earn extra cash just for spending on everyday things, like groceries, online or in-store purchases, and lunch. At Liberty First, anyone can join, so start earning money to spend on the things you love. Start banking with purpose. Start banking with Liberty First Credit Union.
Anything for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more. From little feet to little paws, to updates and overhauls. From soft and cozy to durable and resilient. From something that blends in or something that's different. From DIY to custom install, O Street Carpet can help you with it all. Whatever your needs are for the floor, O Street Carpet has it and more.
Off the foul by Kylie Hackcliffe, it's Crete basketball underneath the basket. 4-0 in favor of Beatrice. Andy, what do you credit the slow start offensively for both of these two teams to? Is it the defense or a lack of offense?
Well, I don't want to do the bailout answer, but it is a little bit of both.
Sure.
Beatrice, as mentioned, they were getting to the rim, but then it's getting contested. Crete, I feel like it's more of a self-inflicted deal where they're feels like there might be rushing shots, not taking their time on offense, maybe feel a little rushed right now. This is a good sign, though, if you are a Crete Cardinal fan. Let's get into the foul line here.
Azaleen Beck, the free throw shooter here, a freshman. 4 points, 5 rebounds per game, drew the foul there against Brooke Gleason. So Gleason and Hackcliffe both with a foul early here for the Lady Orange.
Yeah, I was running up and down my roster here. I'm like, where's number 34? Where's number... Oh, she's on the JV roster. Just a freshman getting in some varsity minutes early in the season. Couldn't connect on either free throw, though.
Yeah, it's been a struggle shooting the basketball all over for the Cardinals. Only 6 attempts in the entire game, but they're 0 for 6. 0 for 6 from downtown to start the game here tonight. That's the second game in a row where they've started 0 of 5 from worse from 3, Andy.
Yeah, that's just really tough. We're over halfway through here and still don't have anything on the board.
Kylie Hackcliffe drives in, got blocked. That rejection by Eggy, and back the other way. Off the turnover come the Cardinals. Drager,
nice move.
Euro step in the lane, and the lid stays on the basket for the Cardinals.
I was thinking that whole way, Drager, just keep the ball. She was navigating through defense, trying to go coast to coast. As you mentioned, it looked like a lid is on that rim right now.
I would say so. Kylie Hackcliffe with the basketball, again averaging a double-double per game, but she's scoreless so far through the first 5 minutes here. Templemeyer will try a 3 and knocks it down.
Found her spot, just that little penetration once again from Schwiezo. Drops that defense in just enough.
Second made triple of the season for Templemeyer, who was the hero for the Lady Orange in the state softball tournament just a few years ago. Drove in the winning run against Hastings in the state finals. Whistle underneath here off another missed three-point attempt by the Cardinals. All went out of bounds, and it'll be Schwiezo to inbound here. Beatrice leads at 7-0. Callie Schwiezo with 4 points in the ball game, and the inbounder Templemeyer with the other 3 coming just a possession ago.
And Sophie Gleason did a heck of a job boxing out her man, the shooter, not allowing the shooter to follow that shot there and snagging that rebound.
Sophie Gleason, one of the tallest players Beatrice has. I think, as a matter of fact, she might be the tallest at 5'10". That's going to be something Jalen Weeks and company will have to work through, is their lack of size this season.
Right. They're going to want to – they'll welcome the track meet. And having someone like that, Schwiezo on your side, that's going to help.
Beautiful cut. Cross the free throw line. Callie Schwiezo with 6 points in this first quarter. And Beatrice on the brink of possibly running away with this one early, up 9-0.
How about Hackcliffe with that feed?
That'll help the cause. The freshman Beck steps into a three, and on the 8th attempt of the evening for the Cardinals, they finally connect from deep, and a giveaway for 2 more underneath. Cassidy Egge with the steal on the inbound.
I was going to say the whole time, it wasn't like Beatrice was really blowing off their doors or scoring a bunch of points. Crete just needed a couple buckets to really close the gap, and that's exactly what they've done those last 2 buckets back-to-back.
This is another freshman on the floor. Miley Loomis plays with a lot of energy. Beatrice's coaching staff high on her this season as Hatcliffe goes up with one and gets fouled.
Yeah, Hatcliffe already working on her double-double with 4 rebounds. You mentioned how she, hasn't scored a lot of points yet. Well, we're still in the first quarter, and one of the things I've really admired for just about all these players of a Jalen Weeks coach team, they don't force the offense.
They don't. They'll let it come to them, and that's one of the things that I think Jalen Weeks has talked a lot about. And there you see Mac and Addie Hatcliffe here supporting their younger sister. It's a good deal, and obviously the Hatcliffe name means a lot to Beatrice.
Yeah, it sure does.
So Kylie makes the first free throw. She is now 15 of 20 on the season at the line, and Beatrice extends the lead back up to 6 at 11-5. Drager at the right block gets turned around by Templemeyer. Here's a 3 straight away, and it's connected on by Beck, the freshman, again.
And that's why she checked into the game. Coach Ehlers was looking for offense. Who can help us get out of the scoring drought? It's the freshman Beck.
This is Cassidy Henricks, another underclassman, another talented softball player. She hands off to Schwezo, who kicks it back out to Hatcliffe. Hatcliffe attacks. Shifty in the lane, and they'll call a body foul here, and I believe Hatcliffe will go to the line.
Boy, and Beck's doing a really nice job that time clearing out, getting that rebound. We are going to get a whistle, though. A little delay there on that whistle.
There was a little delay. I think everybody had their minds turned towards defense for the Lady Orange. First free throw is up and off the mark for Hatcliffe.
Boy, as soon as you mentioned it, looked like things might be getting out of hand. Beatrice was looking to run away with it. Look back up at the scoreboard. Here we are, 11-8. Cardinals just need a couple. Feels like they just need that first shot to fall through that nylon, and then things open up for them.
Second one falls for Kylie Hatcliffe. Beatrice now 3 of 4, all by Hatcliffe's doing in this first quarter. We're under a minute to go. Here's a steal for Hendricks underneath the basket, pushes it back up the floor, and Beatrice has numbers. Hatcliffe to a wide-open Templemeyer, and Beatrice leads at 14-8.
Yeah, that was a total breakdown offensively. 2 players in the same place. Ball gets fed in. Nobody snags it. Beatrice, well aware of the situation, takes advantage of the numbers on the other end. Phenomenal job running the court.
Shot clock disabled here for the Cardinals as Drager drives in. Beatrice wanted to travel. Instead, Drager will go to the free throw line here as she draws contact.
Drager's so good at finding her own shot, getting to the rim. Maybe a half step there, Well, if you get away with it in the NBA, I think Class B Nebraska should allow. No, I'm just kidding.
Fouls on Cassidy Henricks. Free throw no good for Drager, who comes into this one 7 of 12 on the season.
Where Drager's running into her struggles here tonight is when she gets by that first defender, there's 1 or 2 extra defenders waiting for her. She's got to be looking for that pass, understanding that the double team or sometimes the triple team is coming her way.
That's a re-emphasis of Jalen Weeks and the Weeks family. Loving them some defense. 0 for 2 at the line for Drager. Beatrice with a chance for a little 2-for-1 action here at the end of the quarter, up by 6. Deep 3 by Hatcliffe, and she rattles it home from NBA range somewhere. Keisei Tominaga is smiling. Kylie Hatcliffe with a knockdown triple from way downtown.
And we got a Keisei reference in there, and why not? The Huskers are rolling right now, both men and women, 10-0.
17-8, Lady Orange at the break.
This broadcast. Your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. And by News Channel Nebraska. Want to know which games we're televising each week? Follow us on X at NCN Sports.
Other companies have the revolving door. Every time we come into Schaefer's, it's always the same people. The big thing to me is they know you by name. They know who you are, which makes a person like myself feel just warm and welcome here. And that's what's great about Schaefer's.
Schaefer's has the essential Whirlpool appliances you need, from refrigerators and air fry ranges to laundry pairs to keep your clothes clean and sanitized at everyday low prices. At Schaefer's, we are more than just TVs and appliances.
17-8 after Kylie Hackliff knocks down an NBA range three. She has 6 points. That is tied with Azaline Beck and Callie Schwieso for the game high in scoring. Andy, Camry Drager came into this one with 7 games of 15 or more in her career. It's been a struggle for her to start scoring to those numbers so far this season. 7.5 points per game. How does Britt Ehlers get her some better looks here in this second quarter?
Well, I think he's already made moves to do that, bringing in Elise Beck, the freshman, kind of opened things up there, knocked down a couple of threes as soon as she checked into the game. Then you saw Drager get to the rim following the defense having to make that adjustment and find more bodies to cover on the offensive end.
And Drager did go to the line, missed 2 free throws as well. Callie Schwieso will bring it up the floor, 6 points for her in the first quarter. This is Hackliff. Back out to Schwieso. The freshman Loomis drives, drops one underneath, and Drager steps in front of the passing lane, and they'll catch a foul on the tie-up here against Sophie Gleason.
Yeah, I think Gleason's just got to be ready for that. That was a really nice bounce pass. A little low, I get it, when you're trying to a lower pass like that to one of your bigs, one of your centers, power forwards, but you got to be ready for that.
17-8 in favor of the Lady Orange here as we are 30 seconds into our second quarter on NCN. Great to have you with us. It's an intriguing early season matchup that people down in this part of the state know happens every year in the early part.
It's a real good barometer for both of these programs, kind of let them know where they're at, what they need to work on, and kind of gears things up or, gives you a taste of what you're going to expect if you want to make a postseason run.
Mid-range jumper from the elbow, no good. Drager stepped out of bounds. Would have been one heck of a save if that was flipped back into play. Instead, it'll be Beatrice ball off the 5th turnover of the night for the Cardinals. Our second quarter tonight on NCN is brought to you in part by O Street Carpet. Second quarter again brought to you in part by Steve Carper and the crew at O Street Carpet. Another problem off the inbound here, and Eggy goes back up with it. Ball loose underneath, and we'll have another tie-up, but Kylie Hackliff comes out of the melee with speed, and back the other way. We're helter-skelter here as Eggy picks Hackliff's pocket.
Crete shifted into a full man-to-man defense, picked him up as soon as the ball was inbound, and it's created 2 turnovers so far.
Eggy swings one to Drager, who steps out of a 3, and Jalen Weeks wanted to travel. I think he might have had a case. Here's a 3 on the way. That one off the mark, no good. Husingfeld grabs another offensive rebound for the Cardinals.
Got her with 5 rebounds already.
Another 3 that's well off the mark. Crete is now 1 of 10 from downtown. One make belonging to the freshman Husingfeld. 28 seconds on the shot clock here. The inbound goes to Eggy at the top of the key. Drager drives. Nifty spin move, and she finds the bottom of the rim.
Just an excellent job with that footwork, keeping that pivot foot live, Jake, in the middle of the lane.
First points for Camry Drager, who comes into this one averaging 7.5 points per game and up the floor. This is going back to the Cardinals.
And that was a travel, and that's not what Jalen Weeks, the head coach, is arguing. I think he's more or less saying, call it both ways.
And I think he might have had a case down on this end, and obviously, if you're a head coach, you want to call it even. Trouble underneath the basket for Kylie McMillan. A drive and a layup goes in and out for Cassidy Eggy. And up the floor, Schwieso gets tripped up, and Eggy will be hit with the foul, her first.
Schwieso does so many positive things for her team. You mentioned how she's a great softball player and versatile player there. But, I mean, that's just grit, getting down, doing the dirty work, right, boxing out amongst the trees there.
Jalen Weeks has talked about that's probably her best attribute is her hustle and her willingness to do whatever it takes to win. Callie Hackliff drives in, can't finish. Back out to Schwieso, top of the key. That one too strong. Schwiezo tracks down another offensive rebound. She drives and stays with the play for 2. She has 8 points, and Beatrice's lead is 9.
Yeah, and you just keep with it, and you eventually get paid off. That time, Schwiezo with the offensive board led her directly to some points.
Looking to answer for the Cardinals, and unable to do so is Dunaway on an airball triple, and we'll have a foul here, which will send Eggy to the free throw line. Join us for the halftime show, brought to you in part by RMV Construction, trusted, local, proven RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Not too much of a concern, I would say, foul trouble for either side here, but if you're Jalen Weeks, 2 fouls for your main post material, and that's Sophie Gleason here early. Andy, how does he manage that here? Does he look to the bench?
That's just part of her game, and then you got to trust your upperclassmen. That's exactly what Schwiezo is. For the Cardinals here, that was an impressive rebound for Eggy. She's only a sophomore, so they got a very young team here, the Crete Cardinals, trying to battle in there with a lot of upperclassmen for Beatrice.
Eggy connects on the second free throw. That's the first make at the line tonight for Crete, who is now 1 of 6. Gleason does indeed go to the bench with her second foul, and Beatrice continues to lead by 8. It's been the Lady Orange in front the entire way. They've led by as much as 9. Score of any sort of field goal would give Beatrice their largest lead. Schwiezo to the block. Puts one up. Puts it in, and for the second time tonight, number 4 has a chance for 3.
Yeah, I think as soon as she figured out or diagnosed that she had a freshman on her, she was just going to keep using that crossover dribble, backs the defender down, gets to the rim. She makes it look a little too easy, doesn't she? Just patiently working it down with that left hand down the left side of the lane.
Free throw off the mark. And I think if you're Beatrice, you understand you might not have the size. You might as well lean into it and try to go draw contact and do what you can with what you've got. Tatum Templemeyer with the steal in transition. Can't finish the layup, and Eggy grabs the rebound. Kick to the corner. Beck flips one over to the near side, and a 3 on the way, too strong. Andy, that's got to be about the 5th or 6th airball triple tonight for the Cardinals. If you're Britt Ehlers or the coaching staff for the Cardinals, do you signal maybe the 3-point shot is not the look tonight because it's just turning into turnovers?
Oh, what a defensive play there for Drager. But, yeah, I mean, and in the pregame, that's how I thought Crete was going to come out was, their advantage is their size.
Yeah.
I thought they would try to get the ball down around the rim a little bit more, use their post presence to their advantage.
And there's another look on our Meade Lumber and Beatrice Community Hospital instant replay. Camry Drager's defense, I think, gets overlooked by how shifty she is in the lane and her ball handling, but that's a good attribute to her game.
We saw the ball skills right there. All ball with the block there. Knew she had the height advantage on the offensive player. Just picked her spot, waited for that ball to expose itself, batted it away. Nice block.
Kylie Hackliff harassed up the floor by Husingveld, and Crete does have a couple fouls to give, but they're going to catch a reach in here. Husingveld, of course, a transfer from Superior, entered the program last year, and that one's pretty clear.
Yeah, a little too aggressive there. I like the shift, though, from Crete. A lot of good things happened once they got into this full man-to-man defensive pressure. Did get a couple turnovers, got a couple scores real quick, got them back into this game. But now you're seeing Beatrice make that adjustment, get their lead back up to 10.
That is the largest lead of the day for the Lady Orange. Kylie Hackliff kicks to the corner. Schwiezo stops, kicks one back out. Hackliff looking for another deep 3. Doesn't get the bounce. Henricks tries to track the rebound out of bounds, and that'll head over to the Cardinals.
And there was Drager once again doing the dirty work. Nice box out underneath there. It's the taller defender.
Stay tuned for our halftime highlights, brought to you in part by Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Those coming up in just under 4 minutes. I got a feeling that Kylie Hackliff 3 to beat the buzzer at the end of the first quarter is going to be on there, Andy.
Yeah, I would think so.
Getting forced out of bounds here was Cassidy Eggy, and I think they're going to catch a foul here against the Lady Orange, and it is Cassidy Henricks. Aggressive defense there, little too much contact.
Right idea, trying to get aggressive, close out, take away the baseline.
It's 2 for Henricks, the sophomore off the bench, going up with it here. is Eggy, couldn't finish. Second effort is loose, and Brooke Gleason, right spot, is able to come up with the rebound, and Beatrice will push the pace up the floor.
Yeah, Beck doing a really nice job working the boards, getting the rebound, just having troubles with the putback.
Fake out there by Schwezo, and she kicks to Gleason.
You know, you mentioned the shooting was from three-point land for Crete. Well, it's the same. Down on the block, they've missed a lot of bunny shots, 2-foot shots throughout this one.
Long two is short for Tatum Templemeyer. Transition look from three. Beck passes. Instead, she drives, and they're going to call a charge. Cassidy Hendricks down low, sacrifices the body, and gets Beatrice the basketball back.
Yeah, and she was set waiting for that drive the whole way, and we've seen that through multiple guards. Our players that are trying to put the ball on the deck and get to the rim off the dribble. The double team is sitting there waiting for him for Beatrice.
It's the 9th turnover of this first half for the Cardinals. Beatrice has 5 of their own. Brooke Gleason hands off to Kylie Hackliff. Returning from a knee injury this year, but with looks like that, you'd never know it. Drives in and finishes with the left hand.
Yeah, as soon as she got away from that double team out around the perimeter, she had one thing on her mind, and that was get to the rim, and that's what she does. Beautiful job. Ball control there, moving from right to left hand for the lay-in.
Beatrice building on their largest lead. It is a dozen with 2:35 to go in this first half. Free throws on the other end.
20 kids, 1 SUV, and 1 mission. Snacks. Speedy Mart is where the snack squad rolls deep. Whether it's before the first pitch or after the final out, we've got drinks, treats, and all the fuel to keep your team going strong. Speedy Mart convenience stores. Quick, convenient, and always ready when the team rolls in. Speedy Mart. Snack strong, play strong.
Kylie Hackliff will head to the free throw line here for Beatrice after drawing a foul, looking to complete a 3-point play. Beatrice's lead is now 12 at 23-11. And it's Hackliff right now with 8 of those points. Free throw up and gets the second bounce, make it 9 now, and Beatrice's lead, a lucky 13.
Yeah, and a lot of those missed shots are starting to, creep back into the picture here for Crete. They're able to overcome an early scoring drought through their defense, creating a couple of turnovers, but now that gap's widening back out. Beatrice catching fire offensively.
Deep three here is long. Out of the hands of Zeman, and we've got a jump ball, but before that, Britt Ehlers gets the timeout he was wishing for. We'll take another one with them. 2:19 to go in this first half. Beatrice by 13.
This broadcast is brought to you by Beatrice Public Schools, Pinnacle Bank, with locations in Beatrice and Crete, member FDIC, and by Precision Dental in Crete.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during their early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for high-quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
This broadcast is brought to you by Crete Public Schools and by College Heights Country Club in Crete.
Beatrice has led the entire way here in Crete. 24-11 is the score. 2:19 to go until half. Leading scorer, Kylie Hackliff with 9. Andy, what have you thought so far? Overall impressions of both these two teams. First time you've seen them this season.
Well, been really impressed with Beatrice and their defensive efforts, just shutting everything down for Crete, or making scoring very difficult.
Off the miss from the middle of the lane by Zeman. Big time rebound by Hendricks, and she throws to Loomis. Couple of underclassmen out there for Jalen Weeks with this lead growing. Might be a good time to see what you can do with some of those younger players.
Yeah, and protect some of your upperclassmen, like you said, giving them a breather, but also getting some valuable varsity time in for some underclassmen.
Hackliff's miss brought back up the floor, and a 3 left well short by McMillan. Make it now 1 of 14 from downtown for the Cardinals.
There's Hackliff's 5th rebound of the game. Doing it all for the Lady O once again.
And 19 points, 10.5 rebounds per game. Enters off 19 and 12 in a 48-20 win over Ashland Greenwood last weekend. Loomis, the freshman, steps out of a 3 and unfortunately dribbles it out of bounds. That might be just a freshman mistake there because that was an open look.
Yeah, she got the baseline, got to where she was looking for, but then, just kind of lost the handle getting around that first defender.
7th turnover of the ball game for Beatrice. They average just 8 per game.
The game does move, the varsity game moves a little bit faster than that middle school or even the JV game.
Jalen Weeks is high on some of these younger players that he has. Drager splits the defense. What a move by number 2, 4-2, and it's 24-13.
Knew what she was going to do the entire way. Had that little ball fake where to the right, got the defense to lean with it just enough. Beautiful job splitting the defense.
Schwieso flips to Kylie Hackliff. Quick release 3. Back iron and the rebound by Husenfeld. Beatrice just 1 of 5 from downtown so far today, and that make belongs to Hackliff. Top of the key with the basketball is Beck. Drives with the right hand. Finishes. And Beck, the freshman, is Crete's leading scorer with 8.
Boy, and she's scoring at times and in places where the Cardinals really need her. That was a nice-looking drive going off the backboard on the right side.
Shot clock is disabled here. Hackliff knocked down an NBA Ranger earlier to end the first quarter. Final 10 seconds of this first half, and we have a foul called here against Husenfeld as she picks up her 3rd.
Yeah, Husenfeld's so aggressive defensively. You saw that earlier in the game, trying to pick up her offensive player between the three-point line and the half-court line. This time, Schwieso is going to get a couple free throws out of the deal.
Callie at the line this year, 7 of 10 coming into tonight's game. Make it now 8 of 11 as she connects on the first of 2.
Ehlers is going to protect Husenfeld there, picking up her 2nd foul. Doesn't want her to get her 3rd with just over 7 seconds left in this one.
Second one on its way, and Schwieso goes 2 for 2. And the Cardinals, with the final 7 seconds on the clock, will push the pace. Drager, spin move at the wing. Kicks it back out, and Beck will run out of time, and that is how the first half comes to an end. Beatrice leads at 26-15. It's Callie Schwieso with 10 to lead the way in scoring for the Lady Orange. Beck with 8, the freshman showing up big time off the bench for the Cardinals. Andy, we'll kick it to halftime here in just a moment, but your quick thoughts.
The freshmen, the youngsters for Crete have really come up big, scoring the basketball when the Cardinals needed it the most.
All right, halftime coming up. We'll have highlights, analysis, much more. A look at our upcoming schedule. All after the break. At the half, your score, Beatrice 26, Crete 15.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
Nebraska Public Power District was ready to power the state's ag industry growth in the 70s and the ethanol industry in the 2000s. Today, the need for energy is growing at a rapid pace. We are ready. We are expanding our diverse energy generation mix and building on to an already reliable and resilient infrastructure, not only to power today, but to empower Nebraska's tomorrow. Nebraska Public Power District.
A truck that's built to handle the toughest tasks. The GMC Sierra 2500 from Woodhouse Buick GMC. With available turbo diesel power, a reinforced frame, and advanced trailering tech, it's heavy-duty capability without compromise. Take advantage of exclusive offers happening now. Visit us in-store or shop online today. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
Hey, it's me, one of those students on the waiting list for a teammate's mentor. I've heard teammates is so fun and awesome. You get to talk, laugh, play games, and hang out with a positive, caring adult once a week at school. Teammates help students believe in themselves, and 97% of mentees are proud to be a part of it. I'd love to be one of those mentees, but we need more mentors. So if you got an hour a week to be someone a student like me can count on, go to teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
Welcome back to Crete. Welcome into the RMV Construction and Starter Heyman halftime show on News Channel Nebraska. The Crete band, Andy, rocking it. I bet you the Cardinals wish they were rocking it a little more on the floor. 26-15, Beatrice with the lead. It just hasn't been the shooting night the Cardinals kind of needed if they wanted to be in this one at the break.
Yeah, they're especially at the beginning of the game, their three-point shooting really let them down. They made some adjustments, some defensive adjustments, and we talked about in that pregame. How often does defense lead to offense? That's exactly what happened for the Cardinals. But then you had Jalen Weeks, the wary coach over there at Beatrice, made a couple adjustments, some substitutions, had the answer, was able to get that lead back up to 10-11 like it is right now.
26-15 the score. Scoring breakdown for the Cardinals. Camry Drager has 4 3-points on the ball game for Cassidy Egge and a team-high 8 for the freshman Azaline Beck. For Beatrice, the scoring breakdown goes along like this. Also, only 3 players have scored. 10 for Callie Schwieso, 9 for Kylie Hackliff, 5 for Tatum Templemeyer. Beatrice has 7 giveaways tonight. They are 6 of 9 at the free throw line, 2 of 6 from 3. Cardinals have 9 turnovers, 1 of 6 at the line, and they are 2 of 14 from 3.
You threw a lot of stats at us right there, Jake, but one thing that was pretty obvious was how balanced Beatrice is. The Lady O was scoring the basketball, multiple players with 4, 5, 6 points. You just can't hone in on 1 or 2 scores. They really do a nice job of keeping the defense guessing, spreading the wealth.
Well, let's see some of that offense in our halftime highlights. Halftime highlights are brought to you in part by Starter Heyman Jewelers. Again, leading scorer right now in this one is Callie Schwieso, 8 points for Azaline Beck, 3 points for Cassidy Egge. Those are the leading scorers. Callie Schwieso's had a nice game. We talked about our leading scorer, 10 points. About 10 seconds into the game, just off the tip, took it right to the rack.
Yeah, defender didn't step in front, so she just continued her drive to the rack.
Tatum Templemeyer making one of the 2 makes from downtown for Beatrice so far tonight. That one there. And then straight away here, Azaline Beck. It's not been a great night from downtown for Crete. Hasn't been a great night shooting it at all, but Beck has come to play.
Yeah, she really has. And there's a nice takeaway. That's when they switched to that full court pressure, man-to-man defense. Got to go takeaway right away.
And then straight away, Beck knocks down another. She has the only 2 makes on the night for the Cardinals from 3. Husingveld gets the ball knocked away here, and then Beatrice gets out and runs. Good play by the freshman Henricks. She drops one down to Templemeyer, and Templemeyer puts it up and in. Nice game for Tatum Templemeyer as well with 5 points, all in that first quarter.
Yeah, just real good spacing here from Beatrice on that last drive, widening the court, and the trail man getting to her spot. That time Templemeyer receiving the pass.
Now you saw that steal set up there. Camry Drager would then score on that next possession for Crete. Quiet night for Drager. 4 points, all of them in the second quarter. Another nice take here for number 4 in black and orange. And Callie Schwieso pretty fired up after that one. She would double up, go back-to-back. This time, get a foul as well.
Yeah, so quick on her feet. And that time you saw just backing the defender down. Defender never squared her up.
Drager was not fooled this time. Took it right to the block. She read that play and then turned it into offense on the other end with her second make from the field tonight for all 4 of her points. Beck would drive. Beck would step, throw one off the glass with authority in the final minute of the first half, and it's 26-13 in favor of Beatrice.
Yeah, you said it. The freshman Beck, she came to play tonight. Just a nice-looking touch there. That's a really difficult shot, driving on the right side. You're going 100 miles an hour, a little bit of a floater look to it. You got to have a nice touch off the glass. as you saw right there, getting her last field goal of the half.
Again, the freshman, the leading scorer for the Cardinals. Time now for our RMV Construction Spotlight. If you have a construction project that needs built, RMV Construction is the company you need to call. Tonight we're featuring the beautiful Yanni Park Pavilion in Kearney, Nebraska. A $3.7 million project RMV Construction recently completed. RMV built this 3,600 square foot event space, which features a catering kitchen, wraparound patio, and fire pit area. Every detail shows the care and quality that RMV puts into their work, whether it's a community space, a commercial project, or something totally unique. Yeah. Trust the team that built the Yanni Pavilion and brought it to life. RMV Construction, with offices in Kearney and Lincoln, trusted, local, proven. Looks like a pretty cool spot, Andy.
It really does. And, I'm looking at that picture, and I'm thinking, not all patio spaces are built equally. That's a huge area there. Wrap around that beautiful facility. And, Kearney's got a gem in that new event center.
No doubt about that. Let's take a look at our upcoming schedule on News Channel Nebraska. We're in the thick of it now for basketball. Andy Klassen and myself will be back here tomorrow for Fall City and Johns Brock. Not here in Crete, here on News Channel Nebraska. That one could be interesting. You've got Lucas Dollinghouse, who's now the girls' coach. You've got Dodge, who stepped in for the boys' side, so an interesting one tomorrow. Also tomorrow on our North broadcast, it's Battle Creek and Wakefield. Network-wide coming up on Saturday, Lincoln, Northeast, and Norfolk in some Class A action. Also on Saturday, Cozad against Holdridge. Network-wide coming up on Tuesday. Some college action, Shadron State, Kearney. Which of those got you excited, Andy?
All of them. What are you talking about?
There you go. That's a good answer.
Obviously, I'm real excited for our call tomorrow. Johnson Brock, I think everybody's curious to see what Fall City's going to bring to the table. The network-wide Class A, Northeast versus Norfolk. Love those matchups where you're getting teams out of the metro, out of the Lincoln area to come up north and try and square up our tip-off on home court outside of that metro area. Then, of course, UNK basketball is back in the fold. That's going to be a lot of fun. In-state rivalry with Shadron State.
Well, if you'd like to learn more about our upcoming broadcast schedule, you can go to our social media pages. You can find us on X, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. On Facebook, NCN Sports, at NCN Sports on X, formerly Twitter, and Instagram, News Channel Nebraska on YouTube. I'd say the referee looks pretty ready, thinking things over before we get this second half underway. Back in 30 seconds on NCN.
It all starts at Big Red Motorsports in O'Neill, a side-by-side built to work with you on the farm or the ranch. A trusted partner when you're out hunting. And the adventurous speed to feel the thrill when it's time to play. Work hard, ride hard, play hard. Big Red Motorsports in O'Neill, powering your passion every step of the way.
Both teams with all 5 original starters on the floor. Brooke and Sophie Gleason for Beatrice, Callie Schwieso, Kylie Hackliff, and Tatum Templemeyer as Gleason tries a 3 from the corner. Also out there for Crete, Drager, McMillan, Eggy, Dunaway, Husenfeld. 26-15 Beatrice. He's Andy Klassen. I'm Jake Bartecki. Our entire NCN crew proud to be here in Saline County on a Thursday night as the second bounce doesn't fall. Both teams go empty on their first possessions of this second half, Andy.
And Crete did a fantastic job crashing the boards, multiple players, limiting Beatrice to just one shot, one look on that opening possession.
Templemeyer steps out of a 3, kicks up top, goes over to Callie Schwieso. Game's leading scorer with 10. Schwieso drives, a little bit of contact underneath. Callie wanted a call, didn't get it, and up the floor comes Camry Drager.
So many times Schwieso doesn't force the shot, kind of felt like she might have forced that one.
And a travel here. That's a call Jalen Weeks has been looking for a couple of times tonight. Just the second travel we've seen against the Cardinals, and they've reached double figures in turnovers.
Let's see if Coach Weeks is more congratulatory to the officials this time. No, just giving a bad time.
Callie Schwieso last year against Crete, 12 points and 5 rebounds, and she's a bucket away, tying that mark here in the third quarter. She has it here, thought about a very deep 3, instead kicks to Kylie Hackliff.
Crete coming out in a 2-1-2 zone defense, just giving a different look here to Beatrice.
Shot clock down to single digits. Hackliff tough angle, and somehow coming away with it was Templemeyer, and she's unable to finish, and Crete, with numbers, will slow things down as they bring it up.
So excuse me, Jake, that was kind of a hybrid type of a zone. It looked like a box and one at the end, and that's why you didn't have Crete get a body-on-body there for that initial rebound.
This is McMillan, spins middle of the lane. Deep three by Drager. Bank wasn't open. It's after hours here in Crete. Somehow they get the offensive rebound as well. Drager, middle of the lane. Has the ball ripped away. Defensive play by Callie Schwieso. Where's the possession arrow? It features Crete. And that is where the ball will stay on this end.
Yeah, just kind of got tied up underneath there. The always aggressive defensive specialist in Schwieso getting her hands on the ball, causing the jump ball call.
Just under 2 minutes gone by in this second half. Still looking for our first points. We saw a slow start to the ball game offensively for both sides in the first quarter as that three's off the mark by Berkeley Egge. Haven't called her name much tonight, and a travel, the second straight possession here for the Cardinals.
It must just be a big part of the game, even with the height they have, maybe due to the underclassmen, maybe a confidence deal, but I'm kind of surprised that Crete, with the lack of success they had opening up the game from the three-point line, comes out after the break and fires off 2 three-pointers right in a row.
Gleason tries in the corner again and is unable to connect. Brooke Gleason scoreless tonight for Beatrice.
Nice
also
drive.
Scoreless last time out against Ashland Greenwood. Ball loose underneath. Egge's second effort. Boy, talk about a lid on the rim. That's what we're seeing right now again here for the Cardinals. And the ball trickles out of bounds and a giveaway back to Beatrice.
But those were two shots there at the rim that both looked like they were going to fall through that cylinder. I don't know how that, especially that putback, didn't go the way of the Cardinals.
Our third quarter brought to you in part by Husker Rehab, treating the cause of your pain, not just the symptoms. Neither team able to break through here in this third quarter and get on the board. Here's a drive and a kick. Gleason to Hackliff. Sophie Gleason, she can shoot from out there. Doesn't miss it by much.
Fantastic job by Kylie McMillan at the top, the point spot of that zone. Doing a nice job moving her feet, getting from offensive player to offensive player.
3 straight turnovers on the offensive end for the Cardinals. That time it's Husenfeld who drives in, dribbles it off her right foot, and the possession back to the Lady Orange here.
Yeah, that's just tough. That's too many empty possessions to start off, your third quarter here where you're trying to make up some ground.
Templemeyer thought about the three, dribbled it off her foot. Sophie Gleason there near the volleyball line to clean it up. Aggressive on-ball defense here from Britt Ehlers' crew in this second half, Andy. Templemeyer gets to the window, can't finish. And here come the Cardinals off another Lady Orange miss. We are nearing the halfway point of the third quarter with goose eggs on the second half scoreboard. And that one won't go as well for Berkeley Egge.
That last possession, Beatrice did a really nice job being patient, getting the ball down to the rim, but Crete closes out and limits it to one shot only.
Hackliff drives, kicks, Templemeyer back to Schwieso. And she throws one out of bounds.
A little miscommunication there, and that's where if there's any hesitation there like Hackliff had, you just got to snatch the ball there. You just got to grab it, save the possession.
3:50 to go in this third quarter. Maybe a timeout will get us some offense going. We're going to see. We'll take one with both teams here. 26-15 Lady Orange.
This broadcast is brought to you by Beatrice Public Schools, Pinnacle Bank, with locations in Beatrice and Crete, member FDIC, and by Precision Dental in Crete.
A truck that's built to handle the toughest tasks. The GMC Sierra 2500 from Woodhouse Buick GMC. With available turbo diesel power, a reinforced frame, and advanced trailering tech, it's heavy-duty capability without compromise. Take advantage of exclusive offers happening now. Visit us in-store or shop online today. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
$3:50 to go in this third quarter, and we are still looking for our first second half bucket. Camry Drager, last year's leading scorer for the Cardinals, will bring it up the floor and see if Crete can finally get a bucket here in this third quarter.
Like this motion look so far.
Aggie tries a three. That won't go, and it catches a piece of the rafters, and that'll go back to Beatrice.
Boy, and we had the angle on that, perched up right behind her from our booth, and that was right on line. Just caught the back of the iron a little too heavy.
Right in the center of the eyes. 3:25 remaining in this third quarter. Schwiezo stops at the elbow. It's Hackliff in the corner who steps out of a three, flips across to Callie Schwiezo. Hesitation on some of these three-point looks for the Lady Orange.
Yeah, they're being very patient here against the zone.
That one way off the mark from Gleason, and the rebound underneath.
Boy, the constant really has been throughout this third period, the rebounding from Crete. It's keeping them in this one.
Top of the basketball, Beck. She can't hit. Schwiezo attacks. It's turned around inside. Hackliff throws across. Callie, a strong infielder for the 2024 Lady Orange State softball champions. And we've got a foul here, and this one will go against McMillan, and that is her third.
Not surprised to see that quickness, that little twitch translating here on the basketball court. Infielders, in baseball or softball, they got those quick hands. Sets up very nicely for who you want, handling the ball, being your point guard during the basketball season.
Down to the top of the key, it's Hackliff with it. Now it's Loomis. Schwiezo gets turned around and throws it out of bounds. Miscommunication between the juniors, Schwiezo and Templemeyer. And that one goes out of bounds back to Crete. Beck works to the corner. Three ball on the way. Aggie can't find the bottom of the rim. Callie Schwiezo to Kylie Hackliff. Whoa. Does it take NBA range to enter the scoring in the second half? I guess the answer is yes. Second time we've seen Kylie Hackliff hit from deep, and Beatrice leads by 14.
Just great awareness there from Hackliff. Couldn't find the answer on the Crete side. Trying to answer with their own three ball, but feeling out the defense, understanding that zone's not setting up. Oh, what a move. Back-to-back scores here for Hackliff as she's starting to heat up.
And that gives the Lady Orange their largest lead of the evening. It's 16 at 31-15, and Kylie Hackliff has herself a game-high 14. Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside.
From the heart of Nebraska to across the state, RMV Construction is building more than just structures. We're building trust. RMV Construction has grown from humble beginnings to become a trusted name across central Nebraska and beyond. With unmatched craftsmanship, cutting-edge innovation, and an unwavering commitment to customer satisfaction, we deliver projects on time, on budget, and above expectations. Trusted, local, proven. RMV Construction in Kearney and Lincoln. Let's build your vision together.
Kylie Hackliff with a couple of nifty moves, including a deep three-pointer. And Andy, she would follow that up with a beautiful textbook take for 5 points.
Yeah, just showing off her versatility on the offensive end. That time measuring up that zone defense, just getting a little bit out of their range for the catch and shoot.
She has all 5 points in this third quarter for either side. Nearly had a steal as well. Beatrice leads at 31-15. Pass too tall and out of bounds. And Crete on their 15th turnover of the night gives it back to Beatrice.
Going to line up in their full court pressure, though, trying to get some turnovers made, lead to some easy buckets. That's how they went on their little scoring run in the first half.
Hackliff
just dribbles right down the sideline, dribbles her way out of trouble.
Brooke Leeson with it. Career high 12 points last year against Crete. Here's Schwezo, stops at the left block, kicks it back to Gleason at the top of the key. Callie drives and got a whistle and a foul away from the ball there, and that is McMillan, and Kylie McMillan becomes the first player tonight with 4 fouls.
Yeah, and that's just Schwezo with great awareness, understanding that she had that half step on the defender, so she just continued her drive, drew out that foul, and that's a tough spot for McMillan. You know, she's a lengthy, taller player, and a lot of times she's drawing the toughest assignment for the Steelers defense.
Sophie Gleason can't connect. She's now 0 for 2 from 3. Pushing the pace of the Cardinals. Up top with it is Drager. Spin move in the lane, and she gets tied up by Brooke Gleason. Good recognition by Gleason, and the senior gets Beatrice the basketball back.
Well, and more times than not, that's what we talked about in the first half, is when Drager starts that drive, the double and triple team collapses down.
Now pushed up floor here. It's Hackliff who will attack. Felt the heat from Beck and found Brooke Gleason. Final 10 seconds of this third quarter. Beatrice looking like they will pitch a shutout in this third frame. Looking for one final shot. Hackliff from deep gets deflected, and the third quarter comes to an end. A goose egg put up by the Lady Orange against the Cardinals, but only 5 points scored in the third by Beatrice. Your score after 24 minutes, Beatrice 31, Crete 15. The fourth quarter is next.
One of those students on the waiting list for a teammate's mentor. I've heard teammates is so fun and awesome. You get to talk, laugh, play games, and hang out with a positive, caring adult once a week at school. Teammates help students believe in themselves, and 97% of mentees are proud to be a part of it. I'd love to be one of those mentees, but we need more mentors. So if you got an hour a week to be someone a student like me can count on, go to teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
This broadcast is brought to you by Crete Public Schools and by College Heights Country Club in Crete.
Well, for the second straight game, Jalen Weeks and company pitches a shutout in the third quarter. Angie, in a 48-20 win over Ashland Greenwood this past weekend.
Yeah.
It was a scoreless third for the Blue Jays. Same situation here for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and that's just the defensive tenacity, getting after it, not allowing a second or third shot opportunity. And, you know, they're giving up size, Jake, and they're going to be giving up a lot of size this year, you know, battling it out across Class B. But that's quite a welcome sign, seeing that type of defensive effort, back-to-back efforts early on in the season.
Beatrice by 16, their largest lead of the ball game. Brooke Gleason over to Hackliff. She drives, kicks. Templemeyer from the opposite side. Can't connect.
Husenfeld ripping down her 9th rebound.
Drive by Beck, and she draws contact.
Beck, one of those bright spots for the Crete Cardinals offensively. Just hasn't been able to get it going here in the second half. Nobody has, really.
Just 5 points, all by Kylie Hackliff. Foul was on Brooke Gleason, who picks up her second.
Yeah. The Hackliffs have a knack for being the outliers, don't they?
They do indeed. You usually see higher numbers in them, especially when you play in Crete. Of course, Mac Hackliff, a former GPAC Player of the Year, has a jersey in the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame in Tennessee. And, of course, that's the older sister to Kylie Hackliff.
Yeah, a lot of similarities. No doubt about that. Mac taking those talents right on down the road here to Doane, just having a phenomenal collegiate career. That's a fun team to watch, a fun team to follow for Doane.
It is indeed. Obviously, Jalen Weeks has spent time with the Doane Tigers as well. Weeks family well known around basketball in southeast Nebraska. Dribble drive by Schwezo, and she draws contact.
You know, to start the game off, she attacked from the right side with her right hand, and here you're seeing her do the same thing on the left side. You talk about the quick hands, they're also sure hands. She's a sure-handed point guard with that quickness.
Husenfeld with her 4th foul, so now 2 players with 4. in the form of McMillan and Husenfeld. Schwiezo's free throw rims down. So Callie Schwiezo becomes the only other player to score in this fourth quarter. Comes at the free throw line, looking to go 2 for 2. Beatrice, since their first 2 free throw attempts by Kylie Hackliff in the first quarter, have not gone perfect at the line since. Macy Dunaway, sister is an Iowa Western softball commit, drives and kicks. Linares for 3 off the bench. That one won't go, and Schwiezo picks it up on the hard court. Callie drives, puts one up, and Callie for the second straight possession.
Yeah.
Schwiezo will go back to the line.
Kind of reminds you of the way this game started. Callie just driving the ball to the rim at will. Loves those one-on-one matchups.
Schwiezo came into this one 70% on the season at the stripe, and as she did a moment ago, makes the first. Lady Orange now 8 of 11 at the stripe this evening. Better clip than they came in shooting at just over 70%. Second one is good, and they go 2 for 2 in the form of Schwiezo.
Loomis checking back into the game. Another one of these youngsters, freshmen that we highlighted in the first half, getting some varsity minutes in here for Beatrice.
We've seen a handful of freshmen play significant minutes tonight, Loomis being one, Azaline Beck the other, and a steal here by Hackliff. Turnover number 15 on the night for Crete. Driving in. Hackliff nearly got the and one opportunity. Instead, she'll take the 2 free throws and head to the line.
Going coast to coast after the steal. Entire length of the court with the left hand. You saw the hesitation right here at the rim. A lot of contact.
So we're going to see Britt Ehlers probably look deeper into the bench here, not only because he has multiple players with 4 fouls, but this one might be getting a little out of hand here in the fourth quarter as the first free throw's good by Hackliff. That gives her 15 and make it now 16 as she goes 2 for 2. So the inbound by the sophomore Cassidy Egge might not be a freshman, but against Beatrice a year ago, 8 points and an assist. Pretty good debut. That was just her second game she had ever played as well.
Yeah, solid player for the Cardinals. They're going to be looking to her on the offensive end here throughout this season.
Zeman had the ball taken away. Egge goes up with it, draws contact. I believe it'll be against Tatum Templemeyer.
Yeah. Real nice job after gaining the handle there, regaining the handle there, just going right to the rack with the left hand, strong.
See if Crete can make a couple of free throws. They're just 1 of 6 tonight, and the first one is off the mark, no good. Gives us a chance to say our fourth quarter tonight is brought to you in part by Pinnacle Bank with locations in Beatrice and Crete. Second one's on the way. That one's off the mark as well. And Crete's shooting woes from all over the floor continue. Drive in the lane. Templemeyer drops one down to Loomis, and the freshman finds 2 points.
The spacing, the timing, everything was on that time for Beatrice. Nice job, the freshman making herself available on the cut.
It's now 6 points in the career of Miley Loomis. Scored her first 4 against Ashland Greenwood this past Saturday. 3 ball off the mark, but Drager tracks down the offensive rebound, puts it up and gets fouled.
Drager's so good with that footwork. You saw it a couple times in that halftime highlight reel. Keeping her pivot foot live. Always attacking, always working her way towards the rim.
Drager to the line for the first time this evening. 7 of 12 on the year, and she cannot connect. Stick around post-game for our top plays, which are brought to you in part by our host tonight, Crete Public Schools. We'll have lots of highlights, Probably more from the first half than the second half, I would gander, Andy.
Yeah, well, offensive highlights anyway.
Offensive highlights, yeah. You might have a block or a steal in there from the second half. 0 for 2 trip to the line for Camry Drager. Cardinals 1 of 11 from the stripe. 4:52 to go in this one, and it is all Lady Orange. Timeout called by the Cardinals. We'll take one with them, 38-15 in favor of Beatrice. We'll step aside.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
38-15 in favor of the Lady Orange as we get ready for the final just under 5 minutes here in Crete. Stick around. We will have boys basketball action. Jackson Weeks and the Orangemen taking on Tony Siskey and the Crete Cardinals. Andy, that's intriguing.
It really is. And there's some headliner type of talent on really both of those rosters. And, yep, Jackson Weeks is debuting here. First couple of games back in Beatrice as the head coach.
Schwiezo drives, and for the third time tonight has a chance at a 3-point play.
She's so good. Driving the ball to the rim. We've seen it throughout the entire course of this game. Just fearless.
17 points now for Callie Schwiezo. So that is foul number 5 on Ariana Husenfeld, who ends her night with a goose egg at the scoring department. Did some good things defensively.
Yeah, she really did. She ended up with 9 or 10 rebounds. We knew she was going to be a force defensively. And that's her role, predominantly for the Crete Cardinals.
Rosalind Beck swings one left. It's Drager. Drager drives, bounces one to the corner. 3-ball up. Too strong out of Azaline Beck's hands. And again, Crete just 2 makes from 3 tonight. Templemeyer and Hackliff, little trouble with the exchange. Kylie's lost her dribble. Hands it over to Schwiezo, who drives. Just wedged it between the rim and the backboard. And here comes Camry Drager and the Cardinals. Drager swings one left. First time into the ballgame tonight for McKinley Yeager. And there's a rebound tracked down by Kylie Hackliff off the miss. Hackliff to the corner to Tatum Templemeyer. Templemeyer dribbles to the top of the key and swings one left. Kylie Hackliff. Missed all of last season recovering from an ACL tear. And Beatrice gives it away here.
That was Beck, the freshman, making the play defensively. Boy, she's had quite the impact here for the Lady Cardinals.
Crete has not scored, Andy, in this second half until right now. Cassidy Egge with the first bucket of the final 16 minutes.
And the sophomore had to go down and get that offensive rebound and quick with the putback to get that first bucket. But Beatrice quick with the answer.
Yeah, Sophie Gleason with her first bucket. 42-17. Our post-game show coming up in just a little bit is brought to you in part by Custom Sports. From screen-printed T-shirts to sublimated jerseys, they have what your team needs to look great. Check them out at CustomSportsCO.com. Beatrice by 25. Make it 27. Templemeyer slice and dices for 2.
Just a beautiful feed there from Schwiezo. The bounce pass on time.
Top of the key with the basketball is Beck. Freshman works on the senior Schwiezo. And it's dribbled out of bounds. Here comes a big group of substitutions for both sides. Isabel Linares will check into the ball game for the Cardinals, as will Caris Kirkpatrick, Ruthie Fritzen, Cassidy Hendricks, Westbrook Gleason come in, look like the night's done. Do a round of applause for Hackliff, Schwiezo, and Templemeyer. Linares at the top of the key. Hands one off behind her back to Beck. Swing for a three from the top of the key, and that one off the mark out of the hands of Kirkpatrick off the bench. It's been all Beatrice in this second half. 3 on the way.
Whoa.
Sophie Gleason rattles it home.
Got to her spot. That's so difficult to defend in transition where they threaten in the lane, the kick out. You got to be aware of where the shooters are at.
Another airballed three here, and that's off the knee of Miley Loomis. That three by Sophie Gleason. She's not a decoy from long range, Andy. Now 3 of 7 on the season. And that is the 4th made triple of the ball game for Beatrice. 4 of 13.
And you mentioned her size. Sophie Gleason's going to end up playing a lot of post out of necessity for Beatrice this year. And then the versatility of her being able to back it out and take that 3 ball and shoot it with a lot of confidence.
Quite a steal there by Miley Loomis. Leaped up and intercepted the pass. Thrown in the direction of Isabel Linares. This is Maines with it. Back to Hendricks. Swings one right. And it's Maines who throws one away. Linares steps in front of the passing lane. Back the other way. And she's fouled by Miley Loomis.
Still, you heard the roar of the crowd. Kind of a crowd favorite there. The senior Isabel Linares with the steal. Now getting her opportunity at the foul line.
4 points scored this season. Cross-country runner for Crete High School. 2 points in each of their first 2 games this season. And Crete's struggles at the line continue as Linares clanks the first. There you see it. Loomis obviously going for the block, just a tad late. Second free throw's up and good, and Linares makes just the second free throw attempt of the ball game for Crete. Here's a drive. Loomis puts one up, can't finish. All tied up underneath, and with 47 seconds to go, a jump ball in the possession arrow in favor of Beatrice. Miley Loomis, the starting outfielder. Beatrice softball. Tense on defense, plays with good physicality for her size as Hendricks gets tied up. And another jump ball here. This time it's Cardinals basketball. Instant replay tonight, brought to you in part by Meade Lumber and the Beatrice Community Hospital and Health Center. Stick around for our post game. We'll have an interview with head coach Jayla Weeks and our player of the game. Won't spoil that for you as for who that will be. Linares tracks one down near side baseline. Driving, Linares with the right hand. Grabs her own miss. Goes it back out. Beck looking for a hat trick of triples. And finally, Crete connects from deep. They had missed their last 14 attempts. And Beck with 11 points. A bright future ahead for the freshman. It could be a bright season ahead for Jalen Weeks and company. The Beatrice Lady Orange win on the road to improve to 3-0. They stay unbeaten. A 47-21 victory over the Crete Cardinals. They hold Crete to just 6 points in the entirety of the second half. And as I mentioned, stay unbeaten and continue their winning streak against their rival. Don't go anywhere. Postgame is coming up. Andy Klassen will talk with head coach Jayla Weeks and our player of the game. I think you might have seen who it is. Callie Schwiezo coming to the broadcast.
It's not just about the shoe. It's about your fit.
What sets Fleet Feet aside from everything else that we've experienced is my girls being runners. They have very different needs. And so the technology with the scanning and the personal touches is just unmatched. I met Lori almost 16 years ago, and when I saw Lori open this, I knew there was no other place that I wanted to go to have someone help me with my footwear and everything else involved with running. Fleet Feet doesn't just fit your shoes, they fit your life.
Fleet Feet Lincoln. Find your fit today.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry, cause you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
Hi, this is Rick Heyman, president of Starter Heyman Jewelers. Welcome.
A truck that's built to handle the toughest tasks. The GMC Sierra 2500 from Woodhouse Buick GMC. With available turbo diesel power, a reinforced frame, and advanced trailering tech, it's heavy-duty capability without compromise. Take advantage of exclusive offers happening now. Visit us in store.
Courtside now, back in Crete, Nebraska, where the Lady O of Beatrice take care of business. Joined now by winning head coach Jalen Weeks. Coach Weeks, you guys really made a statement here tonight defensively.
Yeah, I think we did a really good job, just kind of a grinder game. It's kind of 2 in a row for us where I thought our defense was really did a good job, and all girls were communicating, and a lot of fun when you can play that way.
A lot of coaches talk about winning that first couple minutes or the first 4 minutes coming out of the halftime break. You guys said heck with that. You kept them scoreless that entire third quarter. How are you able to do that?
It goes back to the kids, how much they want to grind at practice and their whole mentality of just trying to go out and compete and making it tough for everybody. So really proud of them for doing that.
You guys have a senior-heavy team, couple of juniors in there that contribute quite a bit. What has that done early on for you guys?
It's just been great this year. I think it starts with our seniors, just how great of teammates they are and how willing they are to be coached. And it's been really good here to start. Just our team chemistry and really proud of them.
Speaking of one of those seniors, our tonight's player of the game, what can you tell about Callie Schwiezo? 17 points, and she's just getting after it all night.
She's got a motor like nobody else. She grinds both sides of the ball, and really proud of her effort.
Coach, thank you for your time. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
All right, let's bring in our player of the game, Callie Schwiezo. It's got to mean a little bit more to you, senior, going on the road, knocking down a rival like this.
Yes. I love playing here. This gym's so loud. I love the atmosphere here, and it's awesome to call it the win,
Yeah. Now, you've been a part of some really good softball teams over the years, too. How have you taken, your quick hands, some of the motor skills you've picked up on the softball field, translate over here on the basketball court?
Well, I'm in the gym, on the field all year round, playing both sports, which, switching gears was, it wasn't too bad, but yeah. Same competitive spirit against Crete in both sports, so.
Now, mentioned it to Coach there, quite a few seniors, a lot of juniors. You guys are senior-led. What's that been like for you going through this journey and getting off to such a great start your senior year?
Yeah, no, it's been great. We've all stepped into our new roles this season very well. I'm proud of all of us, and, third game of the season, but, we're coming out strong, and just one game at a time, keep going with it.
Coach talked about your guys' defensive efforts here tonight. You also scored 17 points on the offensive end. What led you to that type of performance?
Our coaches had us so prepared for this game. We figured they'd throw some man defense, some zone 1-3-1 defense, and they got us real prepared for both of them. Yeah.
Callie, congratulations on a big win.
Thank you so much.
All righty, Jake, let's send it back up to you in the booth to wrap this one up.
Andy, let's take a look at our top plays. Of course, I want to thank Jalen Weeks and Callie Schwiezo for their time as well. But a lot of highlights to get to. Maybe less in the second half than we had in the first half, but still highlights nonetheless. Our top plays are, once again, brought to you in part by our host tonight, Crete Public Schools. Crete comes into this one with a record of 1-1 on the season. Beatrice 2-0. Beatrice out in the beautiful orange and black uniforms. 47-20 would be the final. We're going to show you how we got to that point. Crete in off an 85-33 loss to Bennington. Beatrice 2-0, most recently off a 48-20 win over Ashton Greenwood. Callie Schwiezo, 10 seconds into the game off the first pass, no hesitation, finds the first 2 of her 17 points tonight. Tatum Templemeyer would knock down a 3. There weren't many in the game, but she would knock down 1 of Beatrice's 4. Tatum Templemeyer would end her night with 7 points. Answering, the freshman Azaline Beck knocks down a triple. That was the first make from deep in the freshman's career. She would have a nice game. She'll be in here a little bit more as well. Off the inbound, Eggy steps in front of the pass, puts it up and in. That was right after the made triple by Beck, and you look at the timestamp there, took over 6 minutes for the Cardinals to enter the scorebook. Tatum Templemeyer makes up for the mistake on the inbound at the right block. Great find up top. Templemeyer wide open down low. A softball connection there, no doubt. Top of the key. Schwiezo back to Kylie Hackliff. You could call it Tominaga range. You could say it was Caitlin Clark. It was a deep, deep three to beat the buzzer at the end of the first quarter. At the end of one, it was Beatrice 17, the Cardinals 8. Move on to the second quarter now. Beatrice would continue to build on their lead. Camry Drager, though, finds her first 2 points of the night. Nifty move in the lane. Nice little Euro step for two. She ended her night with 4 points. Callie Schwiezo would drive, draw some contact. That would be the first of a nice little run to the block there. And again, had that same play pretty often. And here you see it again. Drives in, same situation, opposite side of the paint, draws contact, will go to the line and make the free throw. Just a play later. Gets blocked, though. Camry Drager not fooled on the third attempt there by Schwiezo, and she would turn that into offense on the other end. Splits two defenders, finds her second make of that first half. Moving on to the third quarter. For the second week in a row, Beatrice would pitch a shutout in the third quarter. Kylie Hackliff with the first bucket of the second half there. Another deep triple. And then Miley Loomis, the freshman, not afraid of the trees down low, finds 2 points. Her third made field goal of the season. And Callie Schwiezo doing it again in the paint with an and one. Tatum Templemeyer drives in, right-hand layup off the glass and in. Beatrice would outscore Crete 14-6 in the second half. Sophie Gleason would find the scorebook as well. Rattles home an opposite side three, and Beatrice wins it 47-20. Leading scorer in the ball game was Callie Schwiezo. She was our key player with 17 points and 8 rebounds, followed by Kylie Hackliff with 15 to lead all scorers for Crete. It was the freshman, Asline Beck. She ended the night with 11. Lady Orange improved to 3-0 with a 47-20 win over their Southeast Nebraska rival. The Cardinals fall to 1-2 on the year. Don't go anywhere. The long-awaited News Channel Nebraska debut of Jackson Weeks at Beatrice is coming up as Beatrice takes on the Cardinals. More high school hoops to come on NCN.